This tiny creature right here is a lemming. And no, despite what cartoons told you, they don't actually commit mass suicide. But what scientists still can't explain is why lemmings suddenly migrate in huge numbers for no obvious reason. One year, everything is fine. The next year, thousands of them start moving in the same direction, like they got a secret group text. They cross rivers, climb mountains, and sometimes die during the journey. There's no clear leader, no map, and no confirmed trigger. Climate? Food? Population density? Scientists are still arguing. But when lemmings decide it's road trip time, nothing stops them. Now meet one of the creepiest beings on Earth, the ant that turns into a zombie. Certain fungi infect ants and completely hijack their brains. The ant suddenly leaves its colony, climbs to the perfect height on a plant, locks its jaws onto a leaf, and dies there. The fungus then grows out of its head and releases spores onto ants below. But here's the crazy part. The fungus somehow knows the exact height, temperature, and humidity needed. No brain. No eyes. No calculator. This bird is called the nightjar, and its behavior looks like a glitch in reality. During the daytime, it sits completely still on the ground, perfectly blending in. But when humans notice it and walk closer, it suddenly pretends to be injured. It drags one wing, stumbles around, and looks helpless. The moment you follow it thinking you're helping, it suddenly flies away perfectly fine. The weird part? This performance only happens when its eggs are nearby. Somehow, this bird calculates deception, distance, and timing without ever practicing. Scientists call it distraction display, but how the bird knows when and how to perform it is still a mystery. Now look at this elegant disaster, the giant squid. We barely ever see them alive, but when they do appear, they sometimes rise to the surface for no reason. No mating. No feeding. No fleeing predators. They just come up, float confused, and die. Some scientists think it's sonar damage from submarines. Others say it could be illness or navigation failure. But no theory fully explains why an animal adapted for deep ocean darkness suddenly decides to appear where it absolutely shouldn't exist. This humble creature is a sheep, and you'd expect boring behavior from it. But occasionally, sheep around the world suddenly start walking in perfect circles. For hours, sometimes days. Entire flocks moving like a broken loading screen. No predator. No storm. No visible cause. Scientists have proposed parasites, neurological issues, magnetic field disturbances, but none fully fit. The sheep don't collapse. They don't panic. They just walk. Now meet the octopus, nature's escape artist. These guys can solve puzzles, open jars, recognize humans, and use tools. But the part scientists still don't fully understand is their curiosity. Octopuses sometimes break out of tanks, steal crabs from neighboring tanks, and then return home like nothing happened. One octopus was observed squirting water at a specific light bulb repeatedly to short-circuit it. That's not survival. That's spite. Scientists haven't figured out why an animal with no social group shows signs of boredom, play, and revenge. This weird ball of chaos is the cane toad, and when breeding season starts, logic leaves the chat. Males will try to mate with literally anything that moves. Other males, frogs of different species, snakes, shoes, even inanimate objects. And no, this behavior isn't rare, it's constant. Scientists believe it's extreme competition combined with poor pattern recognition, but that still doesn't explain why evolution hasn't fixed it. Males often die or get poisoned during failed attempts, yet the behavior persists. Now look at this peaceful giant, the elephant. Elephants are known to visit the bones of dead elephants and gently touch them with their trunks. They've been observed standing quietly near corpses for hours. Some even return to the same spot years later. Scientists debate whether this is grief, curiosity, or memory recognition. But here's the thing, elephants don't do this with other animals' bones. Only their own kind. Whatever is happening in their minds, we don't have a name for it yet. This one is unsettling. Certain birds suddenly fall out of the sky, dead, during migration. No poison. No disease. No collision. Entire flocks drop mid-flight. It has happened across multiple countries over decades. Some theories suggest weather anomalies or exhaustion, but autopsies often show healthy bodies. Even now, scientists still cannot confidently explain why healthy birds just shut down. And finally, meet the spider that seems smart enough to observe you back. Jumping spiders don't just react, they study. They will reposition themselves to get better angles, stalk prey using detours, and sometimes stop entirely when they realize they're being watched. Experiments show they can plan routes before moving. That's planning from a brain smaller than a grain of rice. Scientists still don't understand how such a simple nervous system produces decisions that complex. Nature doesn't always follow rules. Sometimes animals migrate without reason, mourn without language, play without purpose, and strategize without big brains. And maybe that's the scariest and coolest part. The more we study animals, the more we realize how little we actually know.